And pitching in the flex, number 5, Kara Carter, Northeast Texas.
Assistant Coach Morgan Catron.
And good afternoon and welcome to Bullard, Texas. And the Apaches and the Northeast Texas Community College Eagles will do battle here at Schwab Field. Glad you're with us. And as we speak here, Derek Talcott announcing the Apache starters. We'll take a break here and have the national anthem in just a minute after the Apaches are announced. Apaches come in with an overall record of 37-5 on the year, and the Northeast Texas Community College Eagles 9-19 on the season. Apaches come in having lost their last game, split a doubleheader at LSU Eunice, and the Eagles came in. They're going to come in on a two-game. Actually, lost the last two games. They got swept at Angelina last week. Let's take a moment here and honor our country with the national anthem.
Play ball.
All right, we're glad you're with us as we got a doubleheader today on Friday. It's going to be sophomore day. They were going to do it tomorrow, but evidently weather coming into the area tomorrow, they're going to go ahead and do sophomore day. So we'll probably go ahead and roll the camera for that. I think they're going to do it after game 2. Is that right, Derek? Is that the plan? Sophomore day is after game 2? Okay, so after the second ball game today, we'll have a little ceremony out on the field, and so we'll keep things rolling for you so you can enjoy that. This is Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. And for the Apaches, this is game number 43 of the year. For the Eagles, game number 29 of the year. They're 9-19 on the year. They're led by Jessica Keith, their head coach. Of course, the Apaches led by third-year head coach Maria Wynn Ratliff. Let's go through the starting lineup. Defensively for the Apaches, Jasmine Dodd in left, Tangela Smith in center, Hannah Frank in right field, Brecklin Dennis, Brooke Mankimson, Sloan Johnson, Casey Parker around the infield, Destiny Dixon behind the plate on the mound, right-hand sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, Audrey Pickett in the circle for the Apaches. Audrey's 13-4 on the year. It's her 20th appearance of the season. And she's started, this is her 11th start of the year, 80 innings pitched. First pitch is going to be off the plate, ball 1. And we are underway at 12:59, 1 minute early. So glad you're with us on this kind of a sticky afternoon here in Bullard. And the second pitch is off the plate. Oh, it's going to be called a strike. A little delay call. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Too quick, John. Too quick.
Blakely Nettles leads it off for the Eagles, wearing their red tops with the white pants today. Apache's wearing the white tops with the black pants. Next pitch was in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Severely delayed.
So Blakely Nettles, the center field, a little check swing, and Brecklin Dennis right at her, and she squeezes it for out number 1. I'm going to score it an L5. A line drive, kind of half swung at it. And Brecklin was actually playing in on that And, boy, that got to her in a hurry. First pitch to Brooklyn Maines, ball 1. Maines, the third baseman for the Eagles. First plate appearance of the day. The Eagles come in 9-19, 4-8 in conference play. Ground ball to short. This is Makeumson. 2 outs. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. Here's Ramsey Smith, shortstop for the Eagles today. Game time temperature 75 degrees. That is not right. It's not 75. It's 65. Why in the world this Weather Channel website won't keep the right time on there? It's 65 degrees. We had a south wind at about 8 miles an hour, which shouldn't play too much of a factor at all today. 2 balls, no strikes to Ramsey Smith on sophomore day here at Schwab Field. We're on the campus of the Brook Hill School in Bullard, Texas, just about 15 miles south of Tyler. Little chopper to third, and this is Brecklin Dennis throwing it over for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Eagles in inning number 1. Let's walk you through the Eagle lineup. You saw the first 3 batters, Brakely Nettles, Brooklyn Maines, and Ramsey Smith. Batting cleanup for the Eagles, Haley Wilson, the designated player. The catcher, Corbin Bassett, bats 5th. The first baseman, Shelby Baker, bats 6th. The right fielder, Concepcion Adame, bats 7th. Batting 8th is the left fielder, Lauren Chapa, and batting 9th is the second baseman, Sidney Schultz. So there's your starting 9 for the Northeast Texas Community College Eagles. For the Apaches, leading off in left field is Jasmine Dodd, batting 2nd. The third baseman, Brecklin Dennis. Batting 3rd, center fielder, Tangela Smith. Batting cleanup, the designated player, Courtney Heller. Batting 5th, shortstop, Brooke Makeumson. Batting 6th, second baseman, Sloan Johnson. Batting 7th, the right fielder, Hannah Frank. Batting 8th, first baseman, Casey Parker. And batting 9th for Coach Ratliff and the Apaches, catcher, Destiny Dixon. Of course, Audrey Pickett in the circle for the Apaches. And defensively, the alignment for the Northeast Texas Community College Eagles, Lauren Chapa in left, Brakely Nettles in center, Concepcion Adame in right, Brooklyn Maines at third, Ramsey Smith at short, Sidney Schultz at second, Shelby Baker at first, Corbin Bassett behind the plate in the circle, the right-hand sophomore from White Oak, Texas, Kara Carter. First pitch from Kara Carter is going to miss ball 1. This is Jasmine Dodd for the first time today. Carter's 3-4 on the year with a 4.57 ERA. Her 12th appearance of the season, 9th start. She does have 4 shutouts, or 4 complete games, and 1 shutout. 49 innings pitched for Carter, 37 strikeouts, and 24 walks for the sophomore from White Oak, Kara Carter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off the plate, 2-1. Nice crowd gathering here on sophomore day. A lot of parents coming in from out of town. Glad you're with us online. Would love to hear from you on the YouTube live chat. If you get a chance to let us know who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're rooting for out there. Dr. John Groth with you. Pedro to my right. Derek on the PA today. Pop up over the netting, out of play. And the count is now full. Apache's trying to win their 38th ball game of the year. They're currently ranked number 3 in the country. And they're atop. They are atop their region, or their zone rather, at 12-0. We'll go through the standings here momentarily as to where the Apaches' opponents are in Region 14 East. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out, bottom of the first. Next pitch, ground ball through the hole, base hit to left. And there goes the no-hitter. 1B7 if you're scoring at the house. That'll bring up third baseman Brecklin Dennis.
Now batting with runner at first and no outs. Number 2, Brecklin Dennis.
Dennis playing third, already has some action. She's fielded a ball on the ground and made a nice play in a line drive off the bat of Blakely Nettles to lead the game off. Boy, swung through a pitch all the way to the net. Down to second goes Jasmine Dodd. So that's going to be, I'm going to mark it as a pass ball. I don't know how they're going to score it in that dugout. That's a swinging strike by Jasmine Dodd. She did not make contact with it, and the catcher, Corbin Bassett, it went off her glove and back to the net. So that ball's popped up back over our heads for strike 2. 65 degrees here with 83% humidity. So Pedro's got the shorts on today and a short sleeve shirt. That tells you all you need to know. Ground ball, first base side. Baker dives to first, makes the play, and gets a speedy Brecklin Dennis out number 1. 3-U. And over to third goes Jasmine Dodd. Here's Tangela Smith.
Tangela Smith.
Runner at third, 1 out. Still scoreless, bottom of inning number 1. Doubleheader day here at the ballpark, as they all are. It's sophomore day. We'll have a ceremony after the second ball game to honor the sophomores. Again, a nice crowd trickling in here. Probably the best crowd I've seen all season here at Schwab Field on the campus of the Brook Hill School. Beautiful facility we have here. Swing and a miss by Smith for strike 1. Baseball, softball right next to each other. Got a really nice concession area between the two facilities, as well as some office space and a massive indoor batting facility. Just a stone's throw from the visitors' dugout on the first base side of this field. So really nice facilities here at the Brook Hill School, and it is the home field for the Tyler Apaches. And now time's called. Jessica Keith's going to make her way out to the circle. She wants to have a little chat with Kara Carter. Sophomore from White Oak, pitching in her 12th game of the year. Her 9th start inside the circle. And Coach Keith out there having a little chat. The Eagles have had some splits in Region 14. They split with Bossier, they split with Navarro, they split with Kilgore, and they split with Paris. Also had some close losses. 10-7 loss to Paris, a 3-1 loss to Trinity Valley, and a 4-3 loss to Navarro. So they're not far off, even though they're 9-19 on the year, 4-8 in conference play. They have lost 2 in a row, and they're 2-3 in their last 5, 3-7 in their last 10. But again, some of those losses are close ball games. So Coach Keith out there trying to keep this inning from being a big one, has a chat with her pitcher. And back to the dugout she goes. The next pitch is going to miss for a ball. It's 2-1. Three balls and a strike now. That last pitch misses. And Courtney Heller waits on deck. Should Smith get the walk here? And she does. So it's a 1-out walk. You got runners on the corners for the cleanup hitter, Courtney Heller.
Now batting with runners at the corners and 1 out. Number 35, Courtney Heller.
First pitch to Heller, swing and a miss, and now you're going to throw it to the shortstop just to try to keep that run from coming home. And easy stolen base for Tangela Smith. So now you got second and third, still only 1 out for Courtney Heller. Next pitch is going to be low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Heller, the sophomore from Thornton, Colorado. Stepping in from the left side. 3 of the first 4 batters in that Apache lineup are from the left side.
3-1 or 2-1?
Here's the next pitch. Fouled straight back into the netting. Pretty good swing by Courtney there. Just missed on it.
Count, Blue.
And I believe we're 3-2 here. So Heller with an early opportunity here to give the Apaches a lead. We're still scoreless in the first. The pitch. Just missed, and he said 3-2.
That's ball 4.
And Courtney Heller evidently is,
He just held up 3-2.
well, I think Mr. Umpire was confused by Pete's scoreboard. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So that's the first strikeout of the ball game for Kara Carter. And with 2 away, that's a big strikeout.
Scoring position and 2 outs.
Here's Brock
21,
Makeumson.
Brooke Makeumson.
So Brooke Makeumson steps in. And with 2 away, it'll be her job now to try to get the Apaches on the scoreboard. First pitch misses, ball 1. Makeumson, sophomore infielder from Frisco. 1-0 pitch. Pop up right side. Is it going to be caught just off the netting? Yeah, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Shelby Baker came over. The Eagles are in the first base dugout here at Schwab Field. Apaches always reside in that third base dugout. 1-1 pitch. It's going to miss. 2-1. Called a strike. Excuse me. 1-2. That was a very late call. So now you're down to your last strike in the inning here. There's that off-speed pitch. Just misses high. And the count's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the Apaches, good opportunity here in the first, but Kara Carter trying to get out of trouble. There's strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts get you out of trouble. Nice job by Kara Carter. After facing second and third with only 1 out, she strikes out Heller and then strikes out Makeumson. And we'll go to the second, still scoreless. Glad you're with us. We're here on a pretty warm day, a little sticky out, but should be a good day for a doubleheader here. Sophomore day at the ballpark, back in just a minute. All right, let's catch up with some of these shout-outs here. We've heard from Miss Ellington, and looks like Morgan Franklin watching Courtney Heller from Thornton, Colorado. Appreciate that check-in. And somebody rooting for Destiny there. Nancy Dixon. Mom watching from up the street at Bullard Middle School, teaching these fine young students. Well, hello to your class in Bullard. And let's see who else is here. Well, appreciate the kind remarks. Audrey Pickett's aunt from Mississippi checking in. Miss Ellington, appreciate that very much. Good to be back. First pitch of the second inning is off the plate. Oh, no, it isn't off the plate. Strike 1. Haley Wilson's the designated player. She'll step in. And it's 0-1. Audrey Pickett back in the circle. Ground ball to short. Nice play. And a nice throw. Good play over at first by Parker. And Makeumson, ball was well hit. She went to her left, gloved it, and made a good throw to first base. Casey Parker had to reach across her body, but did so. And there's 1 away. Here's Corbin Bassett, the catcher, for the first time today. Yeah, I've coming down the home stretch, I would say. I don't know if you can even say that, because after our regular season is done for baseball and softball, we have playoffs. So, had 70 games on the schedule this spring, Pete. That's a lot of broadcasting. So, gets me warmed up to go to Alaska. No balls, 1 strike. Gonna miss inside. 1-1. I coach a collegiate baseball team in the summer in the Alaska Baseball League. Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. Looking forward to get back up there. It's an Athletes in Action affiliated team. That pitch is in there, and it's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, and nobody aboard. Still scoreless here at Schwab Field. Audrey Pickett working her second inning against the Eagles. Was that changeup, and way out in front, pulls it foul out of the ballpark. Corbin Bassett, a sophomore from Palestine. Off the plate just by a hair, 2-2. So it's 4, 5, and 6 for the Eagles this inning as they went in order in inning number 1. Wilson, Bassett, and Shelby Baker waits on deck. 2-2 pitch. Just missed inside. Count will run full. Audrey Pickett looked in a second time to kind of question where that one was. Full count on Corbin Bassett. Here's the pitch. Tapper foul into the netting. We'll do it again. Apache's 9-1 in their last 10 games, 5-0 in their last 5. They are coming off a loss. They split with LSU Eunice in their last ball games. Pop up. This is going to be the shortstop, and Makeumson squeezes it for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down. Audrey Pickett has retired all 5 Eagles she's faced. Here's Shelby Baker, the first baseman. Baker, a sophomore from Carrollton, Texas, will step in with 2 outs and nobody aboard. There's that off-speed pitch, called a ball. Fastball misses away. No, it doesn't miss away. Okay. There's a certain rhythm to the game, calling it with every umpire, and Mr. Umpire's got a little bit of a delay to his call, as sometimes they do. 1-1 pitch, that's driven through the right side, base hit. There goes the no-hitter. So Baker gets the first hit for the Eagles with 2 outs here in the second inning, and that'll bring up Concepcion Adame. Get her first at bat of the ball game. Step in from that left side. Second lefty for the Eagles so far in today's lineup. Here's the first pitch. Called a strike.
Now you're in the rhythm.
I'm just going to have to wait.
Oh, we got
0-1. Line drive right at the third baseman, and did that hit the ground? I thought it was a line drive. Well, it must have hit the ground, and nice play by Dennis. She rifles it over. Either way, it's the third out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of inning number 2. Still scoreless. Stay with us. Back in a minute. Welcome back to Schwab Field. Dr. John Groth with you. Bottom of the second inning. First pitch to Sloan Johnson in there, strike 1. 6, 7, and 8 for the Apaches. Apaches got 2 runners on in the first inning. Could not do anything with it. Couple of strikeouts by Kara Carter, the sophomore from White Oak. Got her out of trouble. And we're still scoreless. Here's a 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. Kind of hard to. 1-2 now. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Change up, and that's going to one-hop Brooklyn Maine. She makes the play at third base, and there's one away.
Now batting, number 12, Hannah Frank.
Here's the right fielder, Hannah Frank, first time today. Hannah Frank, the freshman from Rockwall. First pitch is out of the zone, ball 1. Kara Carter in the circle. Throwing a shutout at the Apaches here in the first inning in the third. And two runners on with one out in the first, and she struck out Heller and struck out Makeumson. Ball's low. And there is old Danny Palmer in the ballpark. Got the sport jacket on. Might have been speaking. 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to short. This is Ramsey Smith making the play. 2 up and 2 down. Well, both teams with just one hit so far. Here's Casey Parker for the first time. So after giving up a couple of base runners early, Carter has settled in nicely. She's 3-4 on the season with a 4.57 ERA. First pitch is high on the fastball, ball 1. Parker, the sophomore from Pittsburgh, Texas. Foul tip. Ball 1 strike. Sophomore day today. We'll have a ceremony after the second game. And we'll go ahead and broadcast that. I guess Derek's going to read a script up here from the press box. So we'll just turn up the PA mic and let him do his work after the second ball game. We've got a number of parents in the ballpark today, and so they chose to go ahead and do it today instead of tomorrow. Weather is a little iffy tomorrow. A lot iffy. It's supposed to get some pretty heavy rain. Some of the turf fields around here will probably be fine, but these natural surfaces without a tarp, it's going to be tough to play tomorrow. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pop up left side. It's going to go over the Apache dugout, third base side of the field. Out of play. And it's a full count. Corbin Bassett going to go out and have a little chat with Kara Carter. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, nobody on. We're still scoreless in the second inning. Carter has her sign. The windup and the pitch. Line shot, and nice play. It's short. She short hops the first baseman, but she picks it up in time. So nice job by Ramsey Smith, but Shelby Baker at first initially just knocked that ball down, but then picked it up. So it'll go in the book as an ordinary 6-3, but anything but ordinary there. So 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Apaches in inning number 2. We'll go to the third inning, still scoreless. Back in just a minute from Schwab Field. Welcome back to Bullard, Texas. As we go to the third inning, 8, 9, and 1. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1. This is Lauren Chapa, the left fielder for Northeast Texas. For Audrey Pickett, that's pitch number 25 in the ball game. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike on the Eagle left fielder. Counts even at 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the top of the third of a scoreless tie. Very comfortable day, if not maybe a little sticky. Humidity almost 70% today. Audrey Pickett has her sign. The pitch, swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Audrey. And that's 53 on the season for the sophomore from Aurora, Colorado.
Sydney Schultz.
Here's Sydney Schultz now, the 9-hitter in the Eagle lineup. First time today. Second baseman steps in.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a running swing. Strike 1. There's a little tapper to third. And this is Dennis. Have to get rid of it in a hurry, and she does. 5-3 if you're scoring at the house. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting.
So back to the top we go. This is Brakely Nettles. Nettles, the sophomore from Conroe. Second plate appearance of the day. Takes ball 1. On the season, Nettles 329 average, 1 double, and 3 RBI. 1-0 pitch, and she swings through that one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of inning number 3. We're still scoreless. Here's the pitch.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to miss. Mr. Umpire is still trying to figure out where his zone is. 2-1. Pitch. Slap foul on the third base line. Bounced off the front of the dugout and out to left field. And Jasmine Dodd picked it up and rifled it into the circle. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces Wild on the board. Here's the pitch. Off the plate. Ball 3. Destiny Dixon actually turned around and asked Mr. Umpire where that was. Appeared to be off the plate, so good call. Here's the payoff pitch. A little slap foul, and Brecklin hustles over and knocks it down in foul territory. But it's always kind of amazing to me how close these corner infielders play in the game of softball. Just they are right on top of that hitter. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Nettles is going to bring up Brooklyn Maines.
2 outs. Number 22, Brooklyn Maines.
First walk of the day for sophomore Audrey Pickett. And here is Brooklyn Maines for the second time. Off-speed pitch in there, strike 1. On the season, Maine's 268 average. 0-1 pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. With that 268 batting average, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, 8 RBI. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Brecklin catches it, rifles it over to first base, and there's your inning. So the 2-out walk is stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the third. We're still scoreless. Good pitching battle going on between two sophomores, Kara Carter from White Oak and Audrey Pickett from Aurora, Colorado. Stay with us. Got a good one going here. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's bring you back just a hair early here and go through some of the information from the Region 14 website. Tyler Junior College on top of the conference at 12-0. Then it's Blinn 10-0, Angelina 9-3, Sanjak South 7-3, Trinity Valley 6-6, Coastal Bend 5-5, Navarro 6-8, Bossier Parish 5-7, Kilgore 4-6, Galveston 4-6, Lamar State Port Arthur 4-8. This Northeast Texas squad is also 4-8. Laredo 3-7, Alvin 3-7, and Paris 2-10. So there's the conference standings as we come into today's doubleheader. Sophomore day at the ballpark. This is Destiny Dixon for the first time. The 1-0 pitch misses inside is 2-0. Destiny, the freshman from Bullard. Called a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. We're still scoreless here in the third inning. Apache's just working their way through the lineup the first time. Sophomore Kara Carter now has evened the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She's done a nice job since that first inning. She has retired 5 Apaches in a row. 2-2 pitch. Boy, that... She tried to take a lot off the off-speed pitch, and she took so much off that it didn't even make it to the plate. Hit the ground and then went off the leg of Destiny Dixon, and she'll run down to first as a hit batter. So the first hit batter of the game is Destiny Dixon, and now we go to the top of the lineup, Jasmine Dodd for the second time. Jasmine, .432 average on the year. She's going to show bunt and pop it back for strike 1. Jasmine, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 6 home runs for the Apaches, 34 RBI. D'Angela Smith has 50 RBI. 0-1 pitch, and boy, the catcher, that was the oddest looking play. Good gracious. So the catcher, Corbin Bassett, missed that ball, and it went off the umpire and rolled right back to Bassett. She promptly pulled it out of the air, fired it down to second, and Dixon is out, caught stealing. Well, you don't see that every day, I'll tell you that. And a bit of a break for the Eagles there, as under normal circumstances, Destiny Dixon is at second base easily, but that ball rolled right off the chest protector of the umpire and right back to Bassett. And you got to give some credit to Bassett, the catcher. She stayed alert, grabbed that ball, just snatched it, and quickly threw a strike to second. So kind of an interesting sequence of events there. And there's 1 away, nobody on. Off the plate, 2-1. Or wrong, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. And Jasmine Dodd. And boy, where's that thrown runner out at second cost you. Now you got a runner at first, 1 out instead of 2 on and nobody out.
1 out. Number 2, Brecklin
So
Dennis.
that's going to be walk number 2 of the day for Kara Carter. And with 1 away, this is Brecklin Dennis.
A while ago on that play, that ball ricocheted off the umpire into the
Yeah.
catcher.
And boy, you got to,
Would that make it a dead ball?
no, umpires in play.
Never mind.
That was a good question, though.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent question. I would have thought it was, but we've got the pro over here.
1-0. There goes the runner, throw to second, and boy, Bassett's got a good arm. She can get the ball down there in a hurry, but not quick enough to get Jasmine Dodd. So Dodd steals, and for Jasmine, that's stolen base number 24 of the year. She's 24 of 27 in stolen bases. So she's at second now in a scoreless tie with 1 away. We're in the 3rd inning. Fastball misses up and in. Dodd thinking about stealing third here. Brooklyn Maines is creeping in front of the bag at third. She's going to have a tough time getting back to make a tag, so I can see why you might think about stealing here. Swing and a miss, and the count is even on Brecklin Dennis. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She grounded out to first base her first time up. 0 for 1 in this one. 2-2 pitch off the plate, and it's a full count. Oh, 1-0 for both teams. Still scoreless. Popped out of play. That's going to be up over our head. Off the netting, just above us. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Eric Henderson's got the short sleeve pullover with some shorts on today. Coach Wynn's got the full gray warm-up on today. Here's the payoff pitch. And there's ball 4. And alertly, Jasmine Dodd goes over to third. Ball got away from the catcher, Corbin Bassett, and Jasmine, on the wild pitch, goes to third base. So the second consecutive walk.
Tangela Smith.
Third walk of the game for Carter. And now you got runners in the corners and 1 out. Boy, this could have been really bad if that... If Destiny Dixon had not gotten thrown out at second, you'd have bases loaded here with nobody out. There goes the runner. You throw to third, and Dodd is back safely. So now you're in the same situation you were in with the stolen base by Brecklin Dennis that you had in the first inning. Second and third, 1 away. Tangela Smith with an 0-1 count. The pitch. Popped up, out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, see if the Apaches can cash in here. They could not cash in inning number 1. Carter buckled down and got a couple of strikeouts. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. 1 run's coming home. The second run is going to be sent. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time. 2-0 Apaches on an RBI single by Tangela Smith. Ball was well hit under the glove of Casmi Smith. And
1 out. Number 35. Courtney
2 runners
Heller.
come home. So there's your first runs of the ball game. And Tangela Smith gets 2 RBIs on that. Here's Courtney Heller now, with Tangela Smith at second, and still only 1 away. Heller struck out her first time up. She shows bunt, and there you go. That's what I was telling you about right there. As Brooklyn Maines comes so far in, there's no way she can get back, and heads up base running by Tangela Smith gets her to third base. Stolen base for Tangela. And is stolen base number 36 of the year. She is 36 for 37. She leads the squad with 36 bags. 2 balls and no strikes to the cleanup hitter, Courtney Heller. And that's off the plate, 3-0. So if Heller reaches, it would be Brooke Makehamson next. Apaches have taken a 2-0 lead here in the third. That's in there for a strike. big clutch hit off the bat of Tangela Smith has broken the scoreless tie. High and deep. I think this is out of here, and it is way out of here. Courtney Heller almost took it to the tall grass back there. Courtney Heller, a 2-run homer, is going to double the lead now. Goes from 2-0 to 4-0 just like that. And boy, in a heartbeat, this Apache offense really strikes quickly. As Heller follows up the 2-run single by Tangela Smith with a 2-run homer of her own. And for Courtney Heller, RBI number 50 and 51 of the season.
Number 21, Brooke.
Here's Brooke Makeumson. Makeumson struck out looking to end the first inning. So, boy, just like that, it's a 4-0 game. After retiring 5 Apaches in a row, Kara Carter hit the first batter, walked 2, and has given up 2 hits. The only out of the inning was kind of a freak play in which Corbin Bassett threw a ball right to the bag at second after it went off the umpire on a wild pitch. 0-1 pitch, going to miss high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Makeumson on the year, .404 average, 12 doubles, 4 homers, 40 RBI. Pop up right field, and Adame comes in, makes the running grab for out number 2. So pretty good play there as Concepcion Adame had to come running in, and she made a nice running catch for out number 2. Here's Sloan Johnson for the second time. She grounded out to third, 0 for 1 in this game. Sloan Johnson, .317 average on the season, 6 doubles, 17 RBI. The Apache batting average, their team batting average is .378. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got 5 everyday players over 400. There's a pop-up to the right field. And there is Adame once again. Back-to-back pop-ups to right. And the inning is over. But the Apaches get 4 runs on 2 hits. And they take the lead here in the third. Your new score from Schwab Field as we go to inning number 4 is Tyler Junior College 4 and Northeast Texas 0. Welcome back to Bullard, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you.
Now batting.
Going to the 4th inning.
Number 13, Ramsey Smith.
Apaches 4 runs on 3 hits. Northeast Texas no runs on 1 hit. 3, 4, and 5 for the Eagles. This is Ramsey Smith for the second time. Grounded out to third base in her first plate appearance today. First pitch was in there, strike 1. Ramsey Smith, .338 average on the season. 6 doubles, 3 triples, a homer, and 15 RBI. Little tapper foul at home plate. 0-2. She leads the Eagles with those 15 RBI. She also has 6 stolen bases. Blakely Nettles leads the Eagles with 17 steals on the year. 0-2 pitch off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Northeast Texas, contrasting batting average. Their team average is 256. Changeup, and this is Brecklin Dennis. Boy, she's had a lot of activity over there today. Handles that one cleanly for out number 1. Here's Haley Smith now, or Haley Wilson, excuse me.
With 1 out. Number 11.
Haley Wilson grounded out to short her first time up. Haley Wilson, 364 on the year. 2 doubles, 3 home runs, and 12 RBI. First pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Northeast Texas, north of Tyler. 68 miles away, about an hour and 22 minutes by car. 2 balls and no strikes. Made that trip many a time. Northeast Texas. We were in the conference with Northeast Texas in baseball for the first 10 years of the baseball. That ball's well hit to right field, but backing up and making the catch is Hannah Frank for out number 2. F9 if you're scoring at the house. Off the bat, looked like it might get over Hannah's head in right field, but she was able to catch that one for out number 2. Here is Corbin Bassett now, the catcher for the second time. Popped up to short her first time up, 0 for 1. Off speed pitch. In there, strike 1. On the year, the Eagle catcher with a 197 average. 3 doubles and 6 RBI. Pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's just going to miss inside. Apache faithful wanted that called a strike. 2-1. Got a story about Northeast Texas I'll say here at some point during the game. No, it's pretty funny. Uh-oh, that ball's well hit. High, deep, left center, and it is gone. Home run for Corbin Bassett. And for Corbin Bassett, her first home run of the year. Ball was well hit and cleared the fence out in left center field, and now it's 4-1. Put a good swing on that ball, and she's greeted by her teammates at home plate. And it's 4-1. Here's Shelby Baker.
Number 1, Shelby Baker.
Baker base hit to right fielder last time up. She's 1 for 1 today. On the year, Shelby Baker, 213 average, 1 double, and 3 RBI. Off speed pitch, off the plate, ball 1. So after getting the first 2 Eagles, Bassett with the home run to left center breaks up the shutout. 4-1 is our score now, and Baker now in there with a 1-0 count. Off the plate. No, it's not. Strike. Didn't wait long enough. Pedro, our scorekeeper on the scoreboard, is getting good. I'm entertaining him by miscalling those pitches. That ball was fouled off. I know that was a strike. 1-2. Audrey Pickett has been in the circle throughout this one. Next pitch, another changeup, and that's down the first base line out of play. That was pitch number 55 for Audrey. Started the inning with 40. Her counterpart, Kara Carter, has thrown 72 pitches through the first 3 innings. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pickett, the wind and the pitch, another foul ball the other way down the third base line. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Audrey Pickett. The pitch. Another foul ball. Pesky at bat right here by Shelby Baker. Well, this is sophomore day, so as we noted earlier, we'll have a ceremony after the second game. So those of you who have interest in staying on with that, we'll go ahead and broadcast that and let the sophomores get their due. A lot of the sophomore parents in town. There's a ball up the middle, base hit. So back-to-back hits for the Eagles. Shelby Baker gets her second hit of the day. And here is Concepcion Adame.
2 outs. Number 3, Concepcion Adame.
So with Baker at first, Adame steps in. She grounded out to third. First time up, so she's 0 for 1. Adame leads the club with a .375 average. Couple of doubles, couple of triples, couple of homers. 10 RBI for the Eagle right fielder. Made a couple of nice plays out there today. She'll step in with 2 outs and 1 on. Yeah, home run here would tie it. That pitch is in there, and it's no balls and 1 strike. 4-1 is our score. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Eagles, a solo homer with 2 outs. There's a ground ball to short. This is Makeumson, and she'll get the final out of inning number 4. But the Eagles get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a runner on, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Your new score from Schwab Field is the Apaches 4 and the Eagles 1. And welcome back to Schwab Field. Bottom of the 4th, 7, 8, 9 for the Apaches. Here's Hannah Frank for the second time. Grounded out to short in her first time up, so she's 0 for 1 today. First pitch is going to miss, ball 1. On the year, Hannah, .375 average. 3 doubles and a couple of home runs, 11 RBI. For the Apache right fielder. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Little tapper foul. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4-3-0 for the Apaches. 1-3-0 for the Northeast Texas Community College Eagles. So the story about Mount Pleasant in Northeast Texas, the baseball coach up there evidently had a little rivalry going with, it didn't involve our program, but one of his buddies, an opposing coach in the conference, I don't know, I think there was a rain out or they tried to say the field was too wet, and in the ensuing day, when they got out to the field, there were 9 chickens on the field, tied to a rope. So there were, at every position on the field, there was a stake in the ground and a chicken tied to that stake as they were just having a little fun up there. I always have this picture of seeing, I wish someone would have taken a picture of that. That ball, I think, hit the batter. And umpire, or maybe a foul tip. Well, I guess it was a foul tip that may have gone off the bat. As Hannah Frank was shaking her hand, so maybe she check swung and just went off. Hands are really part of the bat on a check swing, so count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss, got her. So that'll be just strikeout number 3 for Kara Carter.
Batting with 1 out. Number 6, Casey Parker.
And here is Casey Parker for the second time. She grounded out to short. 0 for 1 on the day. Breaking pitch misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Parker, 286 average on the year for the Apaches. In there for a strike, it's 1-1. 4 doubles, 6 home runs, 28 RBI for the Apache first baseman. 1-1 count with 1 out. The pitch. It's going to be high, 2-1. So I guess somebody had to break into that field at night, tie those chickens up, and leave them there. There's a little tapper to third. And nice play at third by Brooklyn Maines. 2 up, 2 down.
You got to give them credit.
And that's a creative way of...
Well,
Now batting with 2 outs. Number 13, Destiny Dixon.
there's a lot of chicken production up in that area.
Well, there is.
They're using local resources.
Well, exactly. There's some chicken farms in the area. Of course, Bo Pilgrim's right on the way, so in Pittsburgh. So I just thought it was kind of funny way to send the message that they weren't quite convinced the field wasn't dry enough to play on. So I wouldn't go all that trouble. Sorry, I wouldn't drive all that way. But evidently these guys were, I think they're hunting buddies. So they just, anyways. Next pitch is going to be called a strike. It's 1-2 on 9-hitter Destiny Dixon. There's 2 outs and nobody aboard.
Come on.
And Pete was wrong again. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Kara Carter. Strikeout number 4 for Kara Carter, and she gets the Apaches in order here in the 4th. We'll go to the 5th. Score remains Tyler 4, Northeast Texas 1. First pitch of the inning is ball 1 to Lauren Chapa. That was pitch number 60 for Audrey Pickett. 4-1 is our scores. We go to the top of the 5th inning. 8-9-1 for the Eagles. Little tapper foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chapa struck out her first time up. 0 for 1. On the year, right at the Mendoza line, 200 average for Lauren Chapa. 1-1. We'll tap her right back to the circle, and Pickett fields it cleanly, throws it over to Casey Parker. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Sydney Schultz for the second time, grounded out to third. On the year, Schultz 174. 1 double and 1 RBI for the Eagles' second baseman. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. So Eagles have 3 lefties in their lineup. 1, 7, and 9 in their order. Blakely Nettles is one of those lefties. She waits on deck. There's a tapper foul. A little slap, and that evidently this is Sydney Schultz's MO here. She's going to do that running swing every time.
Slap hit.
Going to just try to put that ball in play and beat it out. Got an extra step and a half from that left-handed batter's box. There's a tapper to first. Casey Parker snags it, steps on the bag. 3-U if you're scoring at the house, and there's 2 away. Here's Blakely Nettles.
2 outs. Number 4, Blakely Nettles.
Nettles is 0 for 1 with a walk. Walked her last time up. Audrey Pickett doing a nice job of limiting the base runners today. Northeast Texas with just 4 runners in the game. 2 singles and a walk. She has given up a home run to Corbin Bassett in the 4th. Other than that, it's been a couple of singles and a walk, and that's been it for the Eagles. That's called a strike. Here's the pitch. Called a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eagles have the, I just realized they have the Eagles on the back of their jerseys, where the name usually goes. I kind of like that. Got the Northeast on the front. Got the red jerseys with the white piping down the side. They got the Texas flag on the left sleeve there. Kind of like that.
Please quit accepting calls during the game.
Here's the 2-2. There's a tapper to the shortstop, and Jacobson backhands. Nice play by Brooke. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Eagles here in the 5th inning. We'll go to the bottom half. It's still 4-1 Apaches. Top of the lineup for the Apaches. First pitch to Jasmine Dodd is going to be off the plate. Ball, well, no, it wasn't. Strike 1. You right? You sure on that, Pete?
No, I'm not sure of anything.
Line shot, base hit. Takes Pete off the hook. And hustling to second is Jasmine. It's a double. Leadoff double here in the 5th inning. So for Jasmine, her second hit of the ball game. That ball was roped. And Blakely Nettles went to her left, but boy, it was by her in a heartbeat. So very quickly Dodd at second as the leadoff hitter. Here's Brecklin Dennis. Dennis 0 for 1 with a walk. She did score a run back in the 3rd inning. 4-1 Apaches, bottom of the 5th. The pitch. Misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch is going to miss. That ball gets into center field, and over to third goes Jasmine. So that's going to be an E2 error by the catcher, Corbin Bassett. She threw it over Kara Carter's head, and it went all the way to center. 2 balls and no strikes. 4-1 Apaches. Now you have a runner at third, no one out. Pitch. And now Brecklin going to show bunt. Maybe squeeze her in. 3-0. Well, if Dennis reaches here, then it's Tangela Smith. Boy, she's got all kind of offense. There's a pop-up, shallow left field, and Dodd's going to tag. Here's the catch and the throw, and it's a sacrifice fly for Brecklin Dennis. She'll get an RBI on the sac fly. There's where that errant throw to center really cost you there, because instead of going to third base, Jasmine Dodd comes home to score the Apaches' 5th run of the ball game. 5-1 now with 1 away, and here's Tangela Smith with no one on. First pitch misses high, ball 1. 5-4-0 for the Apaches, 1-3-1 for Northeast Texas. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Fastball misses. Crowd continuing to trickle out to the ballpark on sophomore day. A lot of parents out here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike is 2-1. Tangela Smith, 1 for 1, has reached both times she walked back in the first inning, a 2 RBI single her last time up. 2-1 pitch, high pop-up. This is in the infield. And Maines at third squeezes it for out number 2. So with 2 away, here's Courtney Heller, and last time up, Courtney Heller hit a ball high and deep over the right field wall. 2:15 down the lines here, 2:20 in the gaps. And Heller hit a no-doubter her last time up. 1 ball, no strikes on cleanup hitter Courtney Heller. Her 50th and 51st RBIs of the year.
Could be 100 RBI.
In 42 ball games, that's not bad. Let's see if we can maybe check the national stats and see where Courtney ranks in those. I got to believe she's up the list. 3 balls and no strikes. Apache's ranked number 3 in the country. Florida Southwestern is 1, Chipola 2. And there's a 4-pitch walk to Heller. Walk number 4 of the ball game for Kara Carter. And that will bring up Brooke Makehamson. And now you're going to have a runner for Heller.
Now batting with the runner first and 2 outs. Number 21, Brooke Makehamson.
So your runner at first base is Mackenzie Gregory. So she'll run for Heller here with 2 outs at first base. And Makehamson 0 for 2 in the game. Took a 3rd strike and flew out to right field. Fouled straight back on the fastball, 0-1. There are some Texas teams in the rankings. Temple is not far behind the Apaches at number 5. And Clarendon at 10. Those are Texas teams. Howard from Big Spring also at 14 in the rankings. Angelina down at 19. So got a lot of Texas softball teams in the top 20 in the national poll. So yeah, we'll pull up the RBI numbers here in a moment. And pitch misses, 2-1. Let's see if we can let my iPad do its magic here. Well, 69. Pop up, and this is in play, but nobody can get there. Shelby Baker came running in from first base. Corbin Bassett got turned around. She didn't make the play either, so that ball falls to the ground. It's still 2-2. 2 outs, and pinch runner Mackenzie Gregory at first. So the leading RBI person for softball NJCA Division I is Bowers from Florida Southwestern State. There's a ground ball to third, and over to first base goes Maines, and there's your final out. The Apaches do get one run on a leadoff double and a sac fly. And we'll go to the sixth inning. Your new score from Schwab Field, Tyler 5, Northeast 1. Okay, so I'm going to follow up with some of these RBI leaders just to kind of, so I don't leave you hanging here. A young lady named Bowers from Florida Southwestern State has 69 RBI going into today. Burgos out of Arizona Western, 63. Autori from Northwest Florida State, 59. Indian River State's Speranza has 59. Jay Bryant from Southwest Tennessee, 58.
22, Brooklyn, Maine.
So now Courtney Heller at 51 would rank 10th in the country in RBI. So she's off to a great start. Tangela Smith is also right there at 50. So got a couple of Apaches making some noise nationally. First pitch is in the dirt, ball one. That's pitch number 73 for Audrey Pickett. And it's ball one to the third baseman, Brooklyn Maines. She's 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. 5-1 is our score, top of the sixth. High chopper, foul, 1-1. Let's see if there's if we have any leaders. Apache squad. Ground ball to short. And on the run, nice play by Brooke Meckimson. Out number one. One up and one down. So
Now batting with 2
batting
outs.
average leader is
Number 13,
Alvarado at Western
Smith.
Oklahoma State, 627 average. Home run is 19. T. Stexo from Central Florida, 19 homers. C. Pierce from Seminole State also has 19 homers. Gonzalez from Howard has 16. Got some Texas girls in that category. Gonzalez from Howard, 16. And then Miller from Grayson has 14. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball right side. And off the glove of Sloan Johnson into right field. It's a single for Ramsey Smith. First hit of the day for her. And there's one aboard with one out. Here's Haley Wilson.
Now batting with a runner at first and 1 out. Number 11, Haley Wilson.
Wilson 0 for 2. Grounded out to short, flew out to right field. Stolen base leader, Chipola's Figueroa with 49. Chipola has 3 of the top 4 stolen base leaders in the nation. They have a young lady with 39, 41, and 49 stolen bases. We talk about creating havoc on the base pass. Well, Destiny Dixon going out there to have a little chat with Audrey Pickett. Pickett started the inning with 72 pitches. We're in the top of the 6th inning. There's 1 runner on and 1 out. 0-2 pitch way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Audrey with the windup and the pitch. That's going to miss low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're at Schwab Field on the campus of the Brook Hill School. Dr. John Groth with you. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Sophomore day here at the ballpark. The pitch. Boy, off the hands. Almost a self-defense swing by Haley Wilson. Fouled off to the right side. Greetings from Northern California. Go Apaches. Watching granddaughter Brecklin. So appreciate Mr. Frainer checking in there. Another foul ball. This is down the third base line. Haley Wilson hanging tough there. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 1 aboard. Audrey Pickett working in the circle. Another foul ball. Just kind of flipped her hands out at that one. Pickett trying to get her 14th win of the season. She's 13-4. It's her 20th appearance inside the circle for the Apaches. There's the pitch right back to Pickett, and she missed it. That's going to be an E1. And, boy, you just don't want to open the door here. Probably would have gotten 1 out there. Don't think he would have been able to turn a double play. But now you got first and second, and who's up now but solo home run, Corbin Bassett last time up. Had her first homer of the year. When she caught one right here, it would make it a 1-run game. And I think we had a runner go out to first. So I don't, did we see a number on that person that ran out to first base? Number. No, that's not the. Is it what is the number? 12. 14 is the runner. So let's just see here. Desiree Roca is the runner. So we have a pinch runner at first base. First pitch is in there. Strike 1 to Corbin Bassett. Bassett 1 for 2. As we noted a moment ago, a solo homer her last time up. Here's the 0-1. It's a base hit to left field. Good swing, and the runner will be held at third. Bases loaded as the Eagles mount a rally here in the 6th inning.
Now batting with bases loaded, 1 out.
Shelby Baker.
Shelby Baker.
And time is called, and that might be all for Audrey Pickett, and it is. Coach Wynn Ratliff's going to make a pitching change here. And here's Dakota Stoughton now. And we'll give you some info on Dakota in just a minute. All right, Dakota Stoughton is in the circle for the Apaches. For Dakota, it'll be outing number 26 of the season. She is 13-0 with a 2.92 ERA. 6 complete games, 3 shutouts, and 3 saves. 86 1/3 innings, 51 strikeouts to 20 walks. First pitch swinging, pops up. And the right fielder is going to make the grab. She'll throw it home. Here's the tag, and it's not going to be in time. The ball gets away. And sacrifice fly off the bat of Shelby Baker. She'll get the sacrifice, F9. She'll also get the RBI. Smith comes home to score the second run for the Eagles. It's 5-2 now.
Number 3, Concepcion
And the other two base runners followed suit. So you got second and third, 2 outs. So you really need to try to buckle this thing down here. Otherwise, it's going to be a one-run game real quick. Here's Concepcion Adame. First pitch, called a strike. It's 0-1. So the freshman from Bennett, Colorado, Dakota Stoughton, takes over for Audrey here in the 6th inning. 0-1 pitch. This is a little looper that's going to go just foul. Left field line. That would have been probably 2 runs if that falls fair. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Boy, this is a big spot in this game here. If Eagles can get these runs across, it's going to be a whole different situation going to the 7th. That pitch misses. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're at the 7th spot in the Eagle lineup. Adame is 0 for 2. A couple of ground outs. Pop up. This should be caught. This is going to be Makeumson in foul territory, making the grab. That's a big out right there to finish the inning. F06 if you're scoring at the house. The Eagles get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 2 on. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Your score now at Schwab Field. Apaches 5 and the Eagles 2. Sloan Johnson will lead it off for the Apaches here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead 5-2. 6, 7, and 8 for Tyler. Johnson, Frank, and Parker scheduled to hit. For the ladies in white and black today. Got the white jerseys with the gold numerals, gold Apaches on the front. The black pants with the gold belts and the gold stirrups. 0-1 pitch. Off speed, up the middle. Good piece of hitting right there by Sloan Johnson. Thought about going to second base, but thinks better of it. And the leadoff batter is aboard here in the 6th inning. Here is Hannah Frank for the 3rd time. 0 for 2, and this is not Hannah Frank. It's a pinch hitter. So the Apaches will send Malaya Alvaro to the plate for the first time today.
Now batting with
So
runner
Olvera,
no
first
outs.
plate appearance.
Number 1, Malia Olvera.
For Malia here in the 6th inning with a runner at first and nobody out. So for the moment, Hannah Frank will take a seat. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch misses high, ball 1. Fastball swung through, and it's 1-1. The Apaches, 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. The Eagles from Northeast Texas, 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. There's the bunt, and that's going to stay fair. Tough play. You got to hurry, and the ball gets away. So down the right field line it goes, and the runners will go to second and third. Nobody out. So it's a good bunt. It'll go as a Well, the error on the first, actually the second baseman. So I'm going to call it an E4. So you got second and third, no one out for Casey Parker. Bassett fielded the bunt cleanly and made a strong throw, but I think it was Sidney Schultz at first base. It may have been Baker. Whoever was at first should have caught that ball, and it just went off her glove down the right field line. It was not a bad throw. So, as we said earlier, Bassett has a strong arm back behind the plate here, and she let it fly right there, and it went zooming by the glove of, it may have been Baker at first base. But I thought it might also be Schultz, because I think Baker might have been charging on that. So whoever, not sure, we'll have to check the game highlights or the plays on the live stat. There's a fly ball center field. This will score 1 run. And caught in center by Nettles. Both runners trying to advance, and boy, a close play at third base. Good throw by Nettles, almost got the runner. Malaya Alvera was just barely safe. It's a sac fly for Casey Parker and an RBI, and it's now 6-2. And this is another pinch runner, pinch hitter.
Mariah Caldwell.
So Mariah Caldwell will be the pinch hitter. Here for Destiny Dixon. So Caldwell with 1 out and a runner at third base. Chance to extend the lead. The Apaches now lead at 6-2. First pitch, and that's going to miss. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a foul straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7th appearance of the year for Mariah. Still looking for that first hit. Caldwell, the sophomore from San Antonio, James Madison High School. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, Caldwell wants to go down and have a chat with Coach Wynn Ratliff. Coach Wynn just giving her some words for the cause here. Apaches hold on to a 4-run advantage here in the bottom of the 6th. They have scored 1 to match the Eagles' run in the top half of the 6th. Kara Carter in the circle, the pitch. Another pop-up out of play. As Mariah Caldwell hangs tough. 6-2 Apaches. Game 1 of the doubleheader. It's a sophomore day here at Schwab Field. 2-2 pitch. Just off the plate. And it's a full count. Here's the pitch from Carter. Fly ball to center. It's going to score a run, or it's going to try to score a run, and it will. Sac fly for Mariah Caldwell. And I'm going to guess that that's going to be her first RBI of the year, so good for her. Mariah gets her first RBI in the sac fly.
Number 3, Jasmine Dodd.
So back-to-back sacrifice flies. Plate 2 runs for the Apaches, and here's Jasmine Dodd for the 4th time today. Jasmine 2 for 2. And so I'm not sure. Coach Jessica Keith at home plate asking about that call at the plate. She's going to just, there's nothing to be said here. That umpire makes the call. It's a judgment call, pure and simple, but she just wants to go out and let him know that, she thought he missed it. I think what she's saying here is he was out of position. And I'm not going to argue with her because Mr. Umpire actually put himself in a tough spot there. And he actually lined himself up at the first base line in making that call. And that, boy, from that angle. And I don't know what this is about. This is very unusual. She might have found a little crack in his armor there. I don't know that there's anything that... She's going to argue that he got blocked on that call. And
I hope not, because I can't change the scoreboard.
he's as close as anybody in this stadium to that play. So you can't go out and question a judgment call like that unless there's compelling reason. And I think the only thing she could have appealed on would have been that the somehow that home plate umpire was blocked from viewing things. So he actually went down and asked the first base umpire, and there was no challenge of the call there. So the call stands, and the run is scored at 7-2 Apaches. Back to the top we go. Jasmine Dodd. Again, 2 for 2 for Jasmine. A single and a double. She has scored 2 of the 7 Apache runs. It's quickly 2-0. Jasmine now has scored 57 runs on the year. And that ball's in there. 2 balls and a strike. Coming into today's ball game, Tangela Smith leads the club with 65 runs scored. Off the plate, 3-1. Well, that's going to make me think about who's leading this nation in runs scored. And there's ball 4. So Jasmine Dodd has been on base all 4 times. It's a 2-out walk.
Now batting with a runner at first and 2 outs. Number 2, Brecklin Dennis.
Here's Brecklin Dennis now. And they don't have the runs by individual on the national site. First pitch is off the plate to Brecklin Dennis, ball 1. At least I don't think they do. That's team stats. Let's see.
Coach, I think his pitcher has got excellent technique from what I've seen.
1 ball, no strikes.
Very quick release.
Pitches off the plate, 2-0.
See that in the arm.
Here's the 2-0. And that's going to miss. 3 balls and no strikes. So Brecklin Dennis, on the day for Brecklin, she is 0 for 1. She has walked and scored a run. Last time up, she drove in a run with a sac fly to left field.
Once she catches the ball, she jumps up, she's automatically.
And that pitch is in there for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike.
It's an excellent little catch.
1 on with 2 outs. Jasmine Dodd drew a 2-out walk. See the first base pop up off to the left side, out of play. And the count's now full count, 3-2.
And 2 outs.
Runners moving on the pitch now. Apaches have added 2 more runs to extend their lead to 7-2. Line shot into right field by Brecklin Dennis. This could score a run. Jasmine's going to come all the way around to score. It's 8-2. Dennis is going to hold up at third. Thought about coming all the way around. Boy, she can scoot. It's a triple off the bat of Brecklin Dennis.
Now batting with a runner at
So
third and 2
now it's
outs.
8-2.
Number 7, Tangela Smith.
Here's Tangela Smith. Tangela, 1 for 2 on the day. A 2 RBI single back in the 3rd inning. First pitch swinging, she pops it up and caught by the catcher, and that's the inning. The Apaches, however, plate 3 more runs, and their lead now 8-2. We go to the 7th. You're 3 outs from victory number 38. 8-2 Apaches. Back in a minute. All right, so we have a pinch hitter for the Eagles here to lead off the 7th. It's Riley Morrell, freshman from Ashdown, Arkansas. So the numbers on the roster are slightly different. It should scheduled a hit for the Eagles was Lauren Chapa, but Morrell is going to be the pinch hitter. What's her name, Rayleigh? So she'll get a pinch hit here. So Chapa 0 for 2 on the day, and now Mr. Umpire trying to make sure both dugouts have the change. 8, 9, and 1 for the Eagles. They trail by 6 here in the 7th inning. As Dakota Stoughton back in the circle for the Apaches. She came on with 1 out in the 6th inning. So Morrell in the box. The pitch. Off the plate. Ball 1. One 0 pitch, fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. 8 runs on 6 hits for the Apaches. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Eagles. Eagles have committed 3 errors. The Apaches 1. We're in the top of the 7th. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Sophomore day here at Schwab Field. That pitch is in there. 1 and 2. Dakota Stoughton threw 5 pitches in her first inning of work. Here's the 1-2. Way off speed pitch. Sails high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kara Carter has gone the distance for the Eagles. She has thrown 131 pitches. One-two pitch off the plate. Actually, 2-2 pitch, excuse me. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on and nobody out. We're in the top of the 7th. It's pinch hitter Kaylee Merrill at the plate. And there's a leadoff walk. Well, that's one way to start getting back into this ball game. The Eagles need base runners. And just the second walk of the day for Tyler pitching. First walk for Dakota. Here's the 9-hitter, Sydney Schultz. And are we going to have a pinch hitter? All right, so pinch hitter is going to be...
Now batting with runner at first and no outs. Number 21, Sydney Schultz.
Not a pinch hitter, maybe a pinch runner. So who's the runner? We have a number on her? She's got too long of a ponytail. Ponytail's right over her number, so she's going to need to turn around so we can see the backside of her jersey. First pitch. There's the bunt. And that's going to roll foul. Good play over there by Breckland. I was waiting for her to get down and start blowing it. Just like, I don't know if you've seen any of those Major League bloopers, but it's an old Kansas City Royal trick there. Kevin Seitzer got down and blew the ball foul. Have you ever seen that? Yeah. Yeah, Google that. Years ago, probably in the 80s. Ball just like that. Kevin Seitzer got on his all fours and blew the ball foul.
And they counted it?
I think they might have. I don't know. So, no balls and 2 strikes to Sydney Schultz. Still don't know who the mystery runner is at first.
Number 10, Lauren Chapa.
Okay. Okay, so it's Chapa re-entering. That's okay. So she's re-entering in that same position. So it's Chapa back on first base after Merrill drew the walk.
Another one of those mystery substitutions.
Next pitch, a little looper into left field, going to go foul. Count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Apaches leading this ball game 8-2. We're in game 1 of the doubleheader. And it's a sophomore day here at Schwab Field. We're on the campus of the Brook Hill School. Dr. John Groth with you. Apaches trying to win their 38th game of the year, 37-5. There's another foul ball for third base side. Eagles came in 9-19 on the season, 4-8 conference play. The Apaches in a perfect 12-0 in conference play. Ranked number 3 in the latest NJCA national rankings. Another factoid for the Apaches, 6 of their last 8 wins in conference are by a run rule. There's a ball right back to the circle. Stoughton fires it to second to get the lead runner. So that goes 1-4 on the
Now batting with
4
runner
side.
first
I don't know
and
if
1
Johnson
out.
took that throw.
Number 4, Blakely
Probably
Nettles.
should have been Mackinson, but I've been 1-6. So fielder's choice for Schultz, 1 away, top of the lineup, Blakely Nettles. And that's a slap into the netting on the third base side, strike 1. On the day, Nettles is 0 for 2. She did walk back in the third inning. So what we're noting here, 6 of the last Region 14 wins for the Apaches are by run rule. There's a ground ball to third. You go to second for 1, and that'll be all. So 5-4 on the fielder's choice,
Now
and there's
batting
2 away.
runner first and 2 outs. Number 22, Brooklyn Maine.
Here's Brooklyn Maines now for the 4th time. 0 for 3. She has 3 ground ball outs. So you're down to your last out if you're an Eagle fan here. Your first pitch swing, and you fouled off. And it's 0-1. Well, let's just think about this. 5. Stoughton will get a save here. She came in, and the game was a close game. Foul ball, now you're down to your last strike. It's 0-2 on Brooklyn Maines. When Stoughton came in, it was a, well, let's see, 5 yeah, I don't think she's going to get a save. Let's see whose run that would have been. She is going to get a save. Because that run wasn't.
That was Audrey's runner, wasn't it?
Well, it doesn't matter, though. I don't think it matters who the runner is, whose run it is. So I don't think she's going to get a save. Pop up, this should do it, and you squeeze it at home plate, and that's your ball game. FO2 is going to end the game. And we'll wrap this one up and get you on your way. We will start a new stream here. Let's pull up the box score and give you some stars of the ball game. Final line score for the Tyler Junior College Apaches, 8 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. For the Northeast Texas Eagles, 2 runs on 5 hits. They committed 3 errors. Offensively for the Eagles, you did have a couple of multi-hit players. Corbin Bassett, 2 for 3. She had the big solo home run in the 4th inning for the Eagles. And then Shelby Baker has a nice ball game, 2 for 2 for Shelby. She also gets an RBI. So those are your stars of the game offensively for the Eagles. For the Apaches, only 1 multi-hit player at the top of that lineup. Jasmine Dodd, 2 for 2. She scored 3 runs. Brecklin Dennis, 1 for 2, 2 RBI. Tangela Smith has a couple RBIs in a 1 for 3 ball game. Courtney Heller, a 2-run homer. She is 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. Those are your offensive stars of the game for the Apaches. On the pitching side of things, the winning pitcher will be Audrey Pickett, and her record will go to 14-4 on the season. I don't think Dakota Stoughton's going to get a save. We'll double check on that one. Yeah, I don't think that the score was. I think it's got to be 3 runs or less to get a save. So we'll double check on that. Stoughton, but off on the pitching line, Audrey Pickett goes 5 1/3, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs. 1 of them was earned. 1 strikeout, 1 walk for Audrey today. Dakota Stoughton comes in 1 2/3 innings pitched through 23 pitches. Did not give up a hit, did not give up a run, and walked 1 batter. So that'll wrap things up. Game lasted not quite 2 hours, hour and 44 minutes or so, hour and 45. And the Apaches do run their record to 38-5 on the year. They are now 13-0 in conference play. The Eagles will drop to 9-20 on the year and 4-9 in conference play. So the Apaches win the opener by a score of 8-2. Again, final line score, 8 runs on 6 hits, 1 error for the Tyler Apaches, 2 runs and 5 hits and 3 errors for the Northeast Texas Community College Eagles. So that'll wrap things up for Game 1 here at Schwab Field. For Pete Mendolia and Derek Talcott, this is Dr. John Groth, the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College. That includes Captain Chuck Smith, interim athletic director, and Kelsey Weeks, assistant athletic director. Sherry Hardwood, the whole gang back at Wagstaff Gym. Dr. John Gross signing off. The Apaches win the opener 8-2, back in about 30 minutes. So long, everybody.